Hi, folks. Welcome to my podcast, The Way I See It. My name is Kalu Aja, and on my podcast, I'm talking money, the economy, and finance. This episode, I'd like to talk about the ease of doing business in Nigeria, or should I say, the unease of doing business in Nigeria. As a topic, I'm looking at the handbook on expatriate quota administration in Nigeria. It's issued by the Ministry of Interior, revised 2022. In summary, let me give you some background. If you want to do business in Nigeria and you're a foreigner, or you're a Nigerian that's going to have a joint venture with foreigners, then that business needs to be registered with the Nigerian Ministry of Interior. To get that registration or the business permit, the Ministry of Interior requires, this is note, requires that you have a paid up share capital of 100 million naira. Now, this is paid up, not authorized, which means you've got to invest 100 million naira into that company that you would like to use to do business in Nigeria. Now, the value of equipment or machinery you import into Nigeria for the purpose of this business could also form a part of the paid up capital for your business. That's the rule. In addition, the ministry also requires that you show proof that you have a permanent owner operating premise in Nigeria. So first of all, you've got to get 100 million naira. Then you've got to bring that 100 million naira into the country with a certificate of capital importation. A bank has got to issue a letter confirming that those funds actually came to Nigeria. Then you have to go get a permanent operating premise. This is to do business in Nigeria. So the question really is, why do I need 100 million naira? Or why does every business that wants to do business in Nigeria need 100 million naira paid up? What if I was an internet servicing company or a small firm? For instance, what if I wanted to do online education and I hooked up with, say, the New York Institute of Finance, and together we wanted to set up this online training portal to train Nigerian bankers in Nigeria? Do we need 100 million for that? Even if we're online, do we need that? So you can see that the requirements are very, not just stringent, they are unnecessary, and most importantly, they cause Nigeria not to compete favorably with other jurisdictions that are also seeking capital, that is foreign direct investments. Now, what if I don't have 100 million naira? What would I do? Well, it's very easy. I would go to the US or even Rwanda and set up a company there. The US does not require 100 million naira to set up a company in Delaware. They don't. Rwanda also doesn't require 100 million. As a matter of fact, 80% of Nigerian startups are now incorporated in the US. This is according to the US government official. 80% of Nigerian startups incorporated in the US. Alarm bells should be ringing that why are Nigerian youths or Nigerian companies leaving Nigeria to go to the US to incorporate? But rather than alarm bells, we are seeing bells, or we're seeing ATM signs flashing as the Ministry of Interior wants to make internal generated revenue instead of worrying about foreign direct investments. And guys, that's where this is all going to. This looks to me like a push for revenues, internally generated revenues, rather than foreign direct investment, which are more long-term and would be more beneficial to the Nigerian economy in the long term. Why is Nigeria doing this? Do we not know that we are competing not just with Ghana and Ivory Coast and Rwanda, but with the US? We're now a global village, right? So capital is mobile and it can move. To require 100 million before you set up in Nigeria, if you have foreign participation, is a big hurdle. And many Nigerians, as they are already indicating where they incorporate their businesses, will simply not do it. So I think we need to go back and look at this guideline issued by the Nigerian Ministry of Interior and perhaps rescind or rework or perhaps make the paid up capital more attuned to the type of business you'd like to do in Nigeria and not a blanket 100 million. Alright, guys, that's my take for this episode. I hope you guys do join me next time when we come on a podcast. Again, my name is Kalu, and this is the way I see it. Thank you so much for listening. Take care, and bye.